good morning from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Happy New Year 2021.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Church. Good morning and good evening to all you guys in Asia and worldwide. Good morning, good evening to you guys. Welcome to our Town Hall show, our first show of 2021.
We're glad you're here, guys. It's been a hectic year last year, as we all know, so much going on. And I think one of the things we have to remember, just because it goes from one day to the next doesn't mean that just because it's 2021, everything changes, because we've still got a lot of things going on, right?
Yeah, but the hope is always there,
Absolutely.
New year, new perspective, and we believe that things every day is getting back a little bit, but it's getting
Absolutely.
back
It's
to
getting
normal.
much better.
We
Much
are
better.
very close. Every day we are closer
That's it. That's it.
to the end of this situation. But anyhow, today we have great news for you guys. Also, the Maritime Challenge Grand Final, it's going on. We already been talking with the contestants behind the scenes. And if you guys want to participate, we're gonna tell you guys how you guys can support your favorite contestant today.
Absolutely. It's some exciting people there.
Yeah, it's really good. It's nice because as we move forward to the end, you see the excitement is the
I see the
level of
videos. I
excitement
see
is
some of
getting
them with
higher.
over 1,000
It's
votes.
really good.
Oh, my goodness.
In less than 24 hours, a lot of people have 1,000, 2,000 views. So we're gonna explain to you guys how this is working. And for those people that haven't not the opportunity to participate our first Maritime Challenge, we're gonna tell you guys about the new campaign that we have, and also for the Maritime Challenge 2021 that is going to start in the second semester of the year. But you guys can start to prepare your stuff. You can start to prepare yourself, because I'm gonna be honest here.
Yeah.
It's not difficult to win. It's not difficult to win.
You got to have some talent.
Yeah, no, but it's not difficult to win.
Right.
You guys gonna see that a lot of people gonna win here,
Mhm.
and that's what the idea was about. Is to engage, is to share, and also share your talent and present yourself to the world. So that's basically what was in our mind when we start with our Maritime Challenge.
I like when we have a lot of winners, right? Everybody gets a
Yeah.
piece of the pie, and I think it's great. So good luck to those out there who are in the finals. We wish you all the success in the world. And of course, next year, do you want to give some secrets away about next year's Maritime Challenge or this year's Maritime Challenge?
Yeah, no, actually we have two campaigns for this year. The first semester we're going to start probably in February, in the beginning of March, but we are going to start to announce in January crew members' story around the world. So crew members' story around the world basically is you write down your story, you write down things that happen with you. It can be into the ship, which is more interesting to us, but it can be the preparation to get to the ship, the preparation to achieve something important in your life. You're gonna send to us, and we are going to read and publish on our YouTube channel. Of course, we're gonna bring that story here, and we are going to run a competition for the best stories. Of course, we're gonna have cash prizes. We're gonna expose your story, which is going to be good for you. You're gonna be known based on what your achievement, things that you have done that be great for you, and maybe things that was not that great, but you have learned something from. So it's going to give a lot of people opportunity, because we know that some people, they don't feel comfortable in front of the camera,
Right.
but they write really well, and they're going to be able to participate as well.
Well, great. Before we begin today's show, I would like to thank you, Eduardo, for the last two shows. I have not been here. As many of you have heard, I lost my mother last week, and actually about 2 weeks ago. And we're going to do a special tribute to her next week. She was one of the reasons that CTI exists, so we'd like to pay a little tribute next week. But again, thanks to everyone for their condolences. I really appreciate it. All right, now let's get on today with today's headline news. All right, we're back with the headline news. Unfortunately, we start off the new year with cancellations, right? And of course, the reason for the cancellations is, of course, we have to get this right. And I admire the cruise lines, because actually they're losing a lot of money just sitting there, but they want to make sure that when that ship goes out, it is right. and we've got to bring
Correct.
all the crew back to do the test cruises. Those are still going on. So Carnival has canceled all the cruises, which many of you may know by now, up until April, right? Then we have Holland America Line till May, and then we have Princess Cruise Lines until May 14th. So all of these cruise lines have decided, actually, as you probably know, this is the Carnival Group, and the Carnival Group has Holland America, Princess, and Cunard, and AIDA as well. But AIDA is going to go, which is really nice, over in the UK, so or Germany, I should say. But keep an eye. We'll keep an eye out. We'll keep you updated. We have been told by Carnival, right? And now this is for all Carnival crew members, to again make sure your documents are ready. And the reason for that, it's going to come fast and furious. So when we get the order, within 2 weeks, there will be a lot of crew moving. And for those 2 weeks, there'll be the crew who have their documents ready.
Correct.
Right? There'll be letters going out to the Carnival crew very shortly, so be sure and check your emails and look for those letters. We'll have copies of those emails as well, but we want to keep you updated. I know we've said this before, but it is a moving target. We're doing our best to stay on top of it.
And we need to keep in mind as well that if the cruise think to start in May or April, the movement is start right now
2 months
because
before, right?
you guys have to receive your LOE, get ready your documentation. As we all know, the quarantine will continue. Like you guys have to quarantine 14 days before you come to United States. We still have those 72 hours after you done your PCR test.
That's the last thing you do, right?
But
Right.
you have to continue doing that. So all this procedure here, it take a while, right?
It does.
So because after you get here, you have to quarantine one more time. So if we put in terms of quarantine, it's 30 days.
Right.
Right.
Right,
Plus
just
the
about,
time.
yeah.
Plus the time that you have to learn the new protocols, understand how you're going to operate from now on. So this is going to take a while. The movement that you guys need to do is right now. Like go ahead and then check with the office. Keep in touch with the office. Check when your local facilities will be open, like for visas, for medical, and all the kind of things. You guys can update your documents, because when we talk about selling, we're talking about for passengers. Passengers, they might go to the ship in May, but you guys might
Right.
go to the ship maybe in the end of this month,
February, January,
maybe in the
February.
beginning
Sure.
of February. So that's how you have to keep in mind. Do never look like, oh, I just gonna go in May. No, May is the thing is already happening.
That's when passengers
Yeah.
board the ship.
Right.
So there'll be a lot of training for that, all the new protocols and things of that nature. So it is getting closer. I know we keep
Right.
saying this, but it is really getting close.
I keep receiving text message, people say, hey, Eduardo, when the cruise gonna get back to normal? When? So as I was mentioning in the beginning here, every single day we are closer. Every single day we are closer, and mostly now because the year turned, like now we have a new year. Everybody have that hope to know this year we're gonna make happen. This year, everybody have that feeling. And of course, after they have that feeling, they start to working on. And all the cruise line, of course, they all expect positive answers from the vaccine as well.
Right,
Because
right.
the vaccine is already taking place in the United States. This is going to help us a lot. And all these things that happen behind the scenes, guys, affect the day that when they are going to return, because they don't want to return 1 month and say, oh, you guys have to shut down again, and here we
Right.
go, send people back to their country. So that's not going to happen. When they get back to normal, it's a month by month increase in numbers
Absolutely.
and things. Before we continue here, I think this information is extremely relevant to everybody, for those people watching us. So make sure, guys, you subscribe on our channel. Because of you guys, we already hit 4,000 subscribers. I think was really good.
It was great. It was great for the
And-
first 6 months of
Yeah,
a program.
the first
That's
6
amazing,
months.
right?
And also give your like. I also gonna ask you guys to click on this button, the share button, and go on your Facebook and then share with your friends on Facebook. Invite them to be part of what we're gonna do, because for 2021, when we get able to go outside the office, we're gonna be in ports. We're gonna meet you guys personally. Maybe we go to New York and then we stay there, because when
Sure.
crew members be able to go shore, we can meet them,
Right.
we can do activity with them, we can understand what's going on. So we are going to do each time more and more and more. And to do that, we need you, and you also bring your friends here. Let's grow together. Let's finalize this momentum together so we can take off with the cruise line.
And here's one of the things today we'll ask you as well, that we have a new video series that we're introducing called the Red, Green, and Yellow Ship. Today we're going to tell you what the green ship is about. And the CDC has come up with this color code. Actually, it's green, yellow, red. And green, of course, means that the ship is running really well. There are no COVID cases. Yellow means there's a lot of caution and, of course, more restrictions. And then red, oh my goodness, we've got to, stop things and get this taken care of. So we've done some videos. We're going to show the first one today. So hang in there with us. This is going to be called the green ship, and that's the ship that where you can move the most. You can go out of your cabin. You still have to wear your mask, wash your hands, social distance, but it gives you the most freedom. So for those who are going back to the ship, these videos are very important for you. We'll premiere the first one today.
Yeah, no, actually, guys, this is extremely important to you. As you go back to the ship, you have certain time to understand the new protocols, and as you get in the first hand here with us, and afterwards, of course, we're gonna post on our YouTube channel. You guys are gonna be able to go there and watch one or two. I personally, I like to watch a video when it's about information. I like to watch at least 2 times, because when you watch one time, you don't get all the information exactly. And then you watch one more time, and then you say, oh, I didn't get, oh, I understand right now.
And the thing is, you can share it with your friends, right? Because if you all know other Carnival crew members, other team members, and you want to say, hey, did you see this? So what the videos are meant to do is to protect you. And the more you know before you go back to the ship, the better.
Correct. And also get yourself prepared, get your mind prepared. As you guys saw, unfortunately is a lot of restriction right now. It's not everything open. Now you guys can go shore. You guys, some places you might, some places you're not. So it's a lot of changes. So at this time, go back to the ship. At this time, it's not for everybody. And that is really important to watch what we are presenting to you guys here, because maybe you watch one of those green sign, and then I say, you know what? I don't think this is for me right now. I'm gonna wait until this is over. I'm gonna find a temporary job here, and then when this is over, I go back to the ship. That's fine, but it's good so you understand the whole picture, because for each level, right, green, yellow, red, they have to take some different precautions and actions on it.
Right.
And then may you say, oh, I don't see myself on that, so I don't want to go right now.
But a lot of people may say, I'm so glad to get back to work. I'm willing to follow the new regulations, right?
But
so everybody has to.
The reason why I mentioned that is because for those people who they are coming to the ship, and we have a lot of people already back to the ship.
Oh, right.
They have to understand that they are frontliners. They are coming here also to help the recovery of the cruise industry.
Right.
And they have to be stronger, right? Things they used to do is no longer allowed right now. So they have to have that mental toughness for this time. It's not for everybody.
Right.
And if you feel that you don't, it's fine. You can come later in 6 months, 1 year. It's fine.
But the thing to do is, of course, communicate with the office and let them know your intention. Because once your name goes on a list of these are the crew that are going back, don't make your decision then and say, well, I think I don't want to go back now.
Yeah.
Because if you do, if Carnival or any other cruise line is depending on you, and you say, well, maybe not, then you're going to upset the balance of people they need. And then they're going to come back to you and say, oh, yeah, remember when you down to the last minute said no? So don't do that. Let your agency know right up front. Say, you know what, I am going to go back, or maybe I'll wait till later. Yeah, but don't wait till later to the last minute.
Yeah, you have to, as we are talking, get in touch with the office. One thing that the reason why I mentioned this, we don't want you go to the ship and after you stay there for 14 days or 20 days, you say, oh, you know what, I'm going to go back home. So because
they won't be coming back.
Most of the time, the cruise line right now, they're investing even more, because they have to afford your PCR test and all that kind of. They don't want you to come here and stay a month. Oh, I thought that. Oh no, sir, I want to go back home. No, make sure you understand what's going on.
Right.
And then you know, I'm ready. I'm ready to support. I'm ready to work. I'm ready to be part of the team.
Also, coming up tomorrow, or actually on Monday, Carnival holds a big meeting, and they hold this. It's actually a live meeting, and they talk about it with all of their stockholders, and they talk about their plans coming up for the next quarter, and they'll be announcing a lot of things there, right? So what they have to do is when they're listed on the stock exchange, right? They have to tell their stockholders what's going on, what are their plans. So you're going to be seeing. We'll hear information about that on Monday. But anyway, things are moving. I know it seems like maybe we've been saying this over and over and over, but as we get the information, we turn around and give it to you, right? So that's the best thing we can do is just stay on top of that. Now, going to move on to something else called secondhand cruise ships. And people say, well, what is a secondhand cruise ship? And what that is that, for example, Carnival will sell a cruise ship to another company. Royal sells a cruise ship, or some cruise ships have just been scrapped, as we know. But a secondhand cruise ship is a ship that will return to service, but maybe not under the Carnival logo, the Princess logo, or whatever. The first ship we have up is called the Satoshi, and it was it was built in 1991. It was the former Pacific Dawn. So those who have worked on Princess Cruise Lines, you'll know the Pacific Dawn. It was actually renamed the Satoshi, but we also found out that the people who bought this ship and got it ready to almost start sailing, they could not get insurance. And insurance is a very big thing when you own it, because you got passengers who slip and fall, and of course all the COVID, that kind of information. So what's happening is it now has been sold to the scrapyard. So it's unfortunate they transferred it. Another company bought it, spent lots of money getting it ready, and then they're sending it to the scrapyard. And this is going to happen. We're going to see this from some cruise lines, right? The Marco Polo, which is another ship. This one has been around for many, many years, and I know that many crew have worked on the Marco Polo, right? It holds 820 guests, and actually it was CMV Cruise Line who owned it. We understand now that it's gone through another charter company, and unfortunately, it has also fallen through. Wow. So there's another one on its way to the scrapyard, right? The next one we have is and for those who are with Royal Caribbean, you may remember the Majesty and the Empress of the Seas. That's two Royal Caribbean ships. The capacity was 2,354 guests. They were built in 1992, and one of the reasons that we find these ships leaving is they don't have balconies. And the new CDC requirement says, you've got to have a lot of balconies. So if there is a shutdown of the ship, people can go outside, and if you're quarantined in a room with no windows or no balcony, it's cabin fever, as they call it, right? Next, we have the Ocean Dawn, right? And the Ocean Dawn capacity 1,022 people, built in 1981. And it was actually beached, as they say, New Year's Eve. And sometimes, such a sad ending for some of these ships. It's really sad, because there's a lot of crew that we know that have worked on these ships, and they're like home. It's almost like your home falling apart, right? And but the great thing is there's a lot of new ships coming.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think every time when something sad happen, it opens room for good things also come and take over. I believe
absolutely
that as you mentioned, those ships they don't have balconies, and they probably is not gonna be able to support the cruise line if COVID is still going on for a while, and they have to sell, and if they have to reduce the name of the passenger, the number of the passengers. They're going to reduce for those cabins that has balcony.
Right.
So if they don't have, so that ship doesn't worth for anything.
But also a lot of these ships are older ships.
Yeah.
And, it's like an old car. An old car will use more gas than a new car.
Of course,
right?
Of course.
So even though the ships get bigger, they're more efficient. They use less gas. They hold more people. So it's economies of scale.
Yeah, it's like it's improvement, right? So we always have to throw the old clothes away so we can be able to buy new ones.
That's it. And as everybody knows, the new ships are huge, right?
Yeah,
4,000, 5,000, 6,000 passengers. So that encompasses 2 or 3 of the smaller ships.
Of course.
So those are out there who have worked on ships. The great thing about you, if you look at this and say, "Oh my God, that's a ship I worked on," what's happened is that was your training ground. You're still ready to go to another ship.
Yeah, and many crew members they are worried because let's say if you've been working for the last three contracts or so on a ship, and then you all of a sudden you see that ship it's no longer available, it's not going to operate anymore, and you say, "Oh my God, what's going to happen with my work?" So you guys have to understand, you work for a corporation, you work for a company, you don't work for that ship specifically. You are working on that ship for that time, but things changing, you guys gonna be able to be moving to the new ship that's coming. For example,
Right.
Carnival Mardi Gras is just coming, so nobody's there. Like, what are they gonna do? They're gonna pick up people with experience and put on that ship. They don't want to hire everybody new from scratch and put on a new ship. Why? Because they need to have some balance and people who already know the Carnival standards.
Right.
Same thing for Royal, same thing for Disney, same thing for Virgin Voyages. So keep in mind, guys, you work for a company. You don't work for a ship specific. And that company is going to, of course, provide you a job if you're a good employee, if they believe that they can keep investing in you.
And here's one of the things you also have to remember, guys. When you go back, there will be a retraining process. There will be a lot of new protocols. So again, just because you've worked on one ship, don't say, "Oh, I've got it." Because when you go back, they'll say, "Okay, now there's a lot of new processes in place." So be open to that.
Yeah, of course. And that's what one of the things that I was mentioned. I think when you brought the information about the green line, the yellow line, and red line, I think those information are extremely important. Why? Because that is things that is gonna take place if things happen. Like, oh, if this happen, you go to yellow. If this happen, you go to so. And those
Right.
things you have to watch before you go to the ship. That's for sure. Even I see a lot of guys here from OTC, the school, and by the way,
Right.
they're doing really well. I had a live
Yeah.
there with them today. English, the amazing English, young guys with 20 years old, 18
Oh,
years old,
great.
amazing English.
Great.
But even for your guys, young generation that haven't worked on the ship yet, try to watch those videos because maybe you are going for internship in a hotel and they might have things very similar.
Yes, they
You
will.
know,
They will.
we have to understand that a cruise line it's a
Floating hotel.
yeah, it's like cruise line is a standard for any hotel. Whoever walk on a cruise line, when they go to the hotel, people love
Absolutely.
them.
Right.
And if you have the cruise line standards everywhere you go, people gonna say, "Oh, come, we love
That's
you're
it.
welcome for us." So
Just beware of the new standards, right? And again, we'll say this:
mhm.
you may have worked on a cruise ship for 5, 10 years. Trust me, when you go back, there's a lot of new stuff to learn. It won't be like it used to be. And I worked on a ship as well, and I remember everybody would always hug grandma and all the little
Right,
kids. Now
the
you've
way
got
you're grading gas is going to
yeah,
be
you've got to
different
have to
for
step
sure.
back, and it's hard not to do when you see a little kid or a
Correct.
grandmother in a wheelchair, and you just want to hug her. How are you? Or
Of
she wants to hug
course,
you.
of
So you've
course.
got to be real careful with those things. But and that's the interaction part. There'll also be a lot of service parts
Hmm.
that they'll have to go through. Okay, moving along with the ships, the Grand Celebration, which was actually docked in West Palm Beach here, not so far from Celebration Cruise Lines. We understand that as for those who work for Carnival, you can see that is an old Carnival ship. It was called the Celebration. They renamed it the Grand Celebration. Unfortunately, on the way to the scrapyard. So that held 1,800 guests, and it was built in 1987. The Carnival Fascination, which is 2,040 passengers, right? That was, let's see, this one here is went to the sold to the Century Harmony cruise line, and is currently sailing to Egypt. The vessel was named the or Century Harmony, sorry, and is expected to be an accommodation ship. This is where they pull it into the port and it becomes a hotel,
That's amazing.
floating hotel, which is very interesting. And they're
Yeah,
doing that with quite a few, but that's not like working on a cruise ship. It's like working on a hotel because the ship doesn't leave the
right,
port,
right.
right? And those are great for like big sporting events that they have.
Mhm.
Let's say if there's a Super Bowl coming and you pull in a ship, you've automatically got 2 or 3 thousand hotel rooms.
That's a good
So
idea.
very interesting, right? So that's enough about the cruise ships that are being put to bed or being put to other use, right? Uh,
It's
what
so
we what we want to do is we want to show you the three thumbnails, and we'll show you the video a little bit later. But the three thumbnails that we have called
the green,
the green ship. Well, actually, they're green status,
the
green
green
ship, green
stuff.
status, yellow status, and the
The
red
red
status.
status.
So be looking for these on our YouTube page. We'll be premiering those a little bit later. They're three thumbnails. I believe we'll come back to those in just a few minutes if I'm not mistaken. Ah, there we go. Okay, here is you've got the green status first, which is the video we're going to show you a little bit later, not right now, but we just want to show you the thumbnail, which is something you can watch out for. And it's six things that you need to know about a green status ship.
One of the good points that watching those videos is going to give you guys a overview about what's going on, and then you are going to understand why it's taking so long, like to get back to normal.
Right.
Because of course, any cruise line, they don't want to be on the red, flag
Oh
or
no,
yellow.
no.
They want to make sure they're going to be on the green, and you guys will see what have to be done to be in order to be in green all the time, and also
Right.
a yellow. And also, it does not depend only from you guys as a crew member. Of course, you guys have to learn a lot of protocols, but also depends the passengers as well.
Right. And how you interact with the passengers.
Yeah, the
right?
passengers as well, because it's you guys you're gonna see.
Yeah, everybody wants to stay in the green status. That means the ship is running well, there are no COVID cases on board, everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. And as a crew member, you're held responsible to do what you're supposed to do. And if one of your crew members you see standing beside you is stepping out of line, then he's in jeopardy of putting the ship in a different status. So it is so important. And when you get back to the ship, you'll get letters on this, you'll get training on this, but we're trying to give you a heads up.
Right.
So when you look at it, oh, I didn't know. Yes, you're going to know. But anyway, that's the green status. Then the last one you want to be in is called the red status. The red status is when there's a COVID case on board. You lose a lot of your freedoms. The gyms close down. You have to, when you go to the crew mess room, all the tables have to be separated. There's a lot of things. You may not be able to leave your cabin at certain points, but these will continually be updated, right? We'll put the CDC website there so people can go. And again, your cruise line will give you more information on this. And then the middle status is called the yellow status, right? That means caution. It's I think it's like if you're driving, there's red, yellow, and green.
Like-
Green means everybody go, right? Everybody go. Yellow, slow down because it's going to turn red if you
Pay
don't do
attention,
what's
yeah.
required, right? So they'll follow in the status of green, yellow, and red. But what you see on your screen at the moment is the yellow one, and that's the one with a lot of caution. So these videos will be coming out this week. We're going to premiere the green video a little bit later, so don't go anywhere because we've got other news that we want to go through for you as well. So we'll hold on to that video. Hang on there because we want you to see that as well. Information about P&O Australia. P&O Australia is on track for their two new ships. They've got two new ships and they're very excited. So that's good news for Australia. But at the moment, Australia is still closed down, right? But they're getting ready to come back soon, right? And that's for all the Princess out there, Princess Cruise crew members. Crystal Cruises, if you know Crystal Cruises, they're out of Los Angeles, have some big, beautiful ships, 5-star plus. They've decided also to get into the smaller ships, and the smaller ships are absolutely beautiful. The Crystal Endeavor is on its way, and it will launch in the summer of 2021. So those people who work on, those crew who work on Crystal, get ready. What an amazing, beautiful ship that is. Costa is going to restart January 31st with the Costa Deliosa out of Europe. So cruise ships are sailing. Let's not think that cruise ships are not sailing. We focus on
Carnival.
yeah,
Royal.
and we have to understand they also own other cruise lines.
Yeah.
If Carnival owns Costa Cruise Lines, and in Europe right now the pandemic is pretty bad as well, and they've slowed down. But some of the cruise ships are saying we're going to go back in January,
Of course.
which is good to hear. Good to hear. Now, one of the great things is that there will be 25 new ships, and that's what's amazing. 25 new ships in 2021. So, a few moments ago we talked about some ships that have, gone to the graveyard and have been scrapped. So the great thing as a crew member, you should remember that there are 25 new ships on the way, and there has to be crew on those ships.
Of course, and qualified crew,
Absolutely.
which is you guys that already have experience, right?
You know that of course Virgin launched the Scarlet Lady,
Hmm.
and it hasn't had its first sailing yet, but it will. And what most cruise lines do is they build ship after ship, and once those ships are on target, they're coming, regardless of
Yeah,
what's happening in the world, because naturally the shipyard workers are preparing that ship. So the Valiant Lady has been launched. She is sitting in the dockyard at the moment,
hmm
and we have heard that soon. I don't want to give a date yet. They're going to start recruiting for the Valiant Lady.
Yeah, and CTI is the official agency of Virgin Voyages at Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, Myanmar. You guys have to be ready and understand, guys. We've been talking about this for a while. Get used to with camera. I believe if you guys are watching us, most of you guys is watching through your smartphone. Pick up your smartphone, do some trials with yourself. See how yourself feel comfortable in front of the camera because you're gonna see those type of interviews happen a lot.
Oh
You
yes,
know,
yes.
Do-
The new system we're going to
yeah,
launch will be
don't,
a video interview. So
yeah,
get very comfortable with sitting in front of and talking to a camera. Sometimes that's not easy. As
yeah,
you
but
see, Eduardo's very good at it. He's been practicing for many, many years. I'm still, this old man here is getting used to it, but it's something that you have to be able to express yourself. You have to
mm,
be comfortable, and it's though you're talking to a person, even though you're talking to a lens.
right.
That gives you the chance to sell yourself.
Of course, and we are going to support you guys all the time. Of course, we are going. We already have done a couple of final interviews and asked people to submit a video to us in order to see how well they speak in front of the camera and also how fluent the English look like. And the thing is, going forward, we cannot expect more users travel overseas and then get a hotel and then put a bunch of people together, which is nice, but that not gonna happen for this 2021 for sure.
Right.
We have to avoid gatherings, most of the cruise industry, and we are giving you guys advice right now. Pick up your smartphone. You guys can make a selfie. Hey, I'm Eduardo. I'm from Brazil. Blah 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 blah. You guys try at least three different ways to present yourself. Don't learn only one way, so you don't look like a
Like a
machine.
robot, yeah.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
robot. Like
Yeah.
three different ways to present yourself. Change the order. Do again, so you can. Oh no, I'm comfortable.
Right, right. Because that's the video recruiting is going to be away for a
Mm-hmm.
while. So what'll happen is, naturally we'll do our screening, our pre-screening.
Mm-hmm.
We'll look for qualified candidates. Those candidates will have to do a video, right? We'll set up the video place where they can do it.
Correct.
So, and what will happen on this side that the cruise lines will dial in and they'll start looking at your video. So
All
you've
right.
got to be able to sell yourself. You can't be because that's your
Yeah.
chance, right?
And practice is everything,
Right.
guys. The reason why we are saying that because I believe that many guys they're really good personally, but if you put them in front of the camera, they freak out. And that's why you have to
Right.
start to prepare yourself. Preparation, it's the
Is
key.
everything.
It's everything.
Everything. All right. And you need just to act natural, right?
Oh
Try not
yes.
to just read something off of a script. Act
Mhm.
natural. That's what's going to sell yourself. Well, remember Hurtigruten?
Hurtigruten,
Hurtigruten. Yes, they have
the
a new cruise ship.
German cruise line,
Yes, the German cruise line. They also have a new ship.
beautiful.
It is beautiful, and what they do is they sell the fjords. They go to the glaciers, and really, really beautiful. For those of you who have sailed in Alaska, gone to a glacier bay, you know what that's about. It's absolutely beautiful. So congratulations to them for having a new ship. The Seven Seas Splendor is also another ship that is on its way. That is the Regent Cruise Lines, and for those
Regent.
who work for Apollo, you
Oof.
know Regent Cruise Lines. Beautiful, beautiful,
If
beautiful.
I would work on a cruise ship, I would love to work for Regent 70s.
Yeah, they're really classy, very very nice,
Yeah.
right? And again, it all depends on what you're going for. And usually, their crowd is older and more sophisticated, and wear the ties for dinner and all that kind of
Yeah, but
stuff.
they also can you literally travel around the world, like you go
Absolutely,
to over 500 ports. Can you imagine it?
that is
You know,
amazing. That's amazing, right?
what experience you can get from.
There's a new ship called the Endeavor, which is coming, which is again another beautiful, beautiful ship from Crystal Cruise Lines. The Scarlet Lady, we
It's
know it's
like
here
a
already.
relaunch.
Yeah, it needs a relaunch because it
Yeah.
needs some people, right? The Silver Seas Orion, and this is another magnificent ship. This looks like a yacht, right? This is a If you're going on Silver Seas, again, it's the same as Regent.
Right.
Very, very, very beautiful, beautiful ships. And that one's called the Orion. And if you look at this ship, I mean, it's like, wow, check this out. This is really nice. So again, if you've got cruise ship experience, keep in mind, this is what, now there's a different type of service on this ship. This is a 5-star, let's say the St. Regis or maybe the Ritz-Carlton. If you've worked in their fine dining, then this qualifies you to work there, right?
Okay, let me ask you guys a question here. Usually we talk a lot about Carnival, Royal, and CL, which is like the
big three.
Yeah, the most famous cruise line, major ones. But put your comment below here. Let us know which cruise line you guys are working, or which cruise line have you worked before. Maybe you're working today for Carnival, but you have worked for Regent, you may have worked for Crystal, or even the Hut Gurgen, like you guys maybe work for one of those cruise. Because we want to bring people that have worked in a different cruise line, so we can understand the environment as well.
Because we're a community, right?
Yes.
As we say, our WAAS, we are all seafarers.
We're all seafarers.
And this has nothing to do with what type of ship you work on. If you work on the ocean,
right,
you're a seafarer.
Right? So put your comment below here. Which cruise line have you worked before, like all your career? So we want to go through the comments, and then maybe we can reach out to you and then bring you here so you can share your experience into that cruise line.
And share with your other family, your teammates, right, on other cruise ships. We're glad to have you here, guys. Celebrity Cruises, which is the Apex, which again is another ship of the Celebrity fleet. If you work on Celebrity as well, you know they're new, they're modern, they're they're just great. IT and the technological things they have on the ships are truly amazing.
Right.
So that's the Celebrity Apex. There's also another one called Ponant Cruises, right? And they are more like a yacht. Beautiful, beautiful ship. So understand, guys, there's a lot of new ships coming. Keep in touch. Keep in touch. That's the most important thing. There's also the Ponant Silver Moon, which is another ship they're getting ready to launch. So Ponant's on the move. And one of the great things about them is that they go to Tahiti, they go to Bora Bora, just absolutely. And for you guys who have sailed there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Amazing. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Now, National Geographic is getting into the cruise business.
Seriously?
Yes, they have what's called the National Geographic Endurance, right? And just another amazing ship.
Yeah. Amazing adventure.
New ships on the way, guys. So and P&O Cruises has the new Iona, and I believe it's if I'm not mistaken, it is in the UK at the moment. But the Iona is another magnificent ship, just huge. Majestic Cruises has a new ship coming called the World Voyager. So you see all the opportunity, guys. Don't sit back and think, oh my God, what's happening? There are truly billions and billions of dollars invested in the cruise industry. They will get this right. Ritz-Carlton has their own ships. Now, check out the picture of the Ritz-Carlton ship here, right? It's the, and I hope I get this right, the Arima. I'll call it that. EVRIMA. Whatever it is, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, right?
Gorgeous.
Princess Cruises has the Enchanted Princess on the way. And again, that's 3,660 guests for those who are with Princess Cruises. Ponant has another one coming, right? And it's called the La JAKARTA.
Oh, it's a French company?
Yes, they are a French company.
So far, we already said like many more cruise that is coming,
right?
That cruise ship that are coming rather than cruise ship that is going out.
All right. There's more coming than actually leaving. So for those who are in school as well, you look at these ships and you say, wow, one day I want to be. So I want to be on that ship. I want to be part of that crew. You've got to study hard.
Of course.
Next, everybody knows this one, the Carnival Mardi Gras. Check out this big baby. She is absolutely beautiful. She is 5,200 passengers.
Wow.
So imagine, we're probably almost 3,000 crew members, 2,500 crew members, which is a lot. So, you know, a lot of people were, oh my God, Carnival's losing its ships. But look what it's replacing.
One ship can replace at least 3 or 4
of the older ships.
Yeah.
And then the celebration comes next year. So two of those big
And we had
ships.
to remind, like, Carnival had the Carnival Panorama just launched like last year,
Right,
you
right,
know.
right. And I believe she's very close to LA at the moment.
Yeah, in LA.
Yeah, they're getting those ships ready for sailing. So again, understand, don't get upset, guys. Don't get depressed. Don't get sad. Say there's a lot of older ships leaving, but a lot of new ships are coming, and a lot of new companies are starting up as well. Saga Cruises has the Spirit of Adventure. That's a brand
Oh,
new ship for
beautiful.
Saga. Absolutely. The Sea Cloud, the new ship called the Spirit, another beautiful ship.
What I'm going to do, I'm just gonna find a way to find a comfortable place and sit because a lot of ships coming. It's gonna take a long time to finish this list.
There's okay.
Amazing.
We're almost done here. There's a new company called Sunstone, and I hadn't heard of them, but we did our research. The Ocean Victory is another ship, and check this one out. This one's also very beautiful, right? MSC, as we all know, MSC is building like there is no tomorrow, building brand new ship after brand new ship. So the Virtuoso is coming for MSC, and we have Costa, who has another ship coming that's part of the Carnival Group. They will be launching that ship, the Forenza. Royal Caribbean, as we know, the Odyssey, which is, you've probably seen pictures of that. We'll get some
Right.
video on that if you guys haven't seen that. And again, another amazing ship. We have Global Expedition, has a new ship called the Geographer. Sorry about that, right? Quirk Expeditions. I mean, the list just goes on and on. Star Clipper has what they call barefoot cruises. That's where you get on a big sailing ship. It's like the days of the pirates with the big mast, and you lower that, you become part of the crew. So that's pretty exciting as well. Last but not least is the American Cruise Line. You can see here we have one called the American Jazz, and this will be sailing inside the United States,
Like for river?
yeah,
Like
river
like
cruises, river cruises, right? And then we also have um, oh, just slipped my mind. They do a lot of river cruises. I'll come back to it in a minute. I know I have their 5-star
Viking?
plus Viking. Yes, yes. Viking is also launching some brand new river cruises, and they're absolutely beautiful as well. We'll get you some pictures of that. All right, give me an update on Maritime Challenge.
So, guys, as I was telling you guys, we are running already our grand final. The grand final is going on, and first of all, I want to say congratulations to all you guys that have submitted your application. You have sent your video, your photos. We came to this grand final with 4 categories, and right now I want to show you guys who are running to win each category individually. So first, let me present you guys the dancers. I think the dancers is right there to come up. You guys can see we have 5 contestants on that. And like, if I'm not wrong, one is from Thailand, one is from Italy, and the other 3 they are from Indonesia.
Oh, okay.
You know, and if you want to see your country there, so you're watching us right now, get your stuff ready because we are going to launch our new campaign. We're
Right.
going to have Maritime Challenge 2021 as well, and you can be part of that. The other category is a skills demonstration. Skills demonstration, like we can kind of combine any type of skill activity that you do and you believe that you can do well. We have 7 contestants on that. I think, if I'm not wrong, I believe like everybody is from Indonesia. I think one guy is from Malaysia. Yeah, one guy is from Malaysia. He has his background from India.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we have 7 contestants running from this final here. The other one is a storyteller. Everybody has a story. Do you have a story, Mr.
Everybody.
Church?
Oh, I have many stories.
Oh my God. So I believe all you guys have a story as well. And we have here 6 contestants on our storytellers. You know, one is from Vietnam that I can recognize here. And the other ones, they are from Indonesia. Indonesia always the biggest.
I'm telling you guys, a lot of talent there. Where's our
Yes.
Filipinos at? Filipinos, where
Yeah.
are you?
And then the last one, which is one of people like the most, is about singers. Whoever doesn't like music, right?
Of course, everyone. does.
Everybody likes
Everybody
music.
does.
So we have 5 contestants here. And guys, I'm telling you, the singers, they are running. It's very tight.
Yeah.
The first place and the second place. Let me give you guys an overview how we are running this for you guys is understanding right now. We have three levels. We have three levels to evaluate the votes. The first level is through a poll. A poll, guys, is a link that we have here on the description. When we finish this live, you can go to the description. We have 4 links, and you're gonna be able to vote for each category. You can pick your favorite one, and we're going to accumulate votes for that person. The second one, each one of those, they have a video that is already posted on our YouTube page. You guys can go to our YouTube page, Maritime Challenge. You're gonna see all of them. And the video start with the title, Grand Final. So it's gonna be very easy, you guys identify. Look it for your favorite one and watch as much as you can. Why? Because as more views they get, is going to accumulate points for them. We are going to combine the views plus the votes through the poll. And on January 15, which is next town hall that we have, is going to be the big day, the grand final. They have to bring people to watch it live. We're gonna put the picture of them into the screen, and we're gonna say, guys, if you want this guy win, so put his name in a comment right now. We have like 30 seconds to run. Whoever brings more people, we're gonna double, maybe times 2, maybe times 3, maybe times. We're gonna, you know what I'm going to do? We're gonna bring a dice here. We're gonna bring a dice, and we're gonna roll the dice live. And if the dice says 4, we're gonna. If you have one vote, we're gonna put times 4. If you have like 5 people voting you, we put times 4.
Wow.
So that's gonna be very exciting. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna roll a dice. That's gonna be nice, right? We can roll a dice here and see. But if the dice says only 1, if you brought one person, is adding 1 more.
Oh, that's not good.
And why we are doing that? Because whoever is doing really well on the poll or doing really well on the views, they also have to bring people here to the show.
To the show.
Because that is the grand final. We need audience.
That's it.
We imagine ourselves into a big stage, and we bring the contestant here, and we want you guys, hey, if you like this guy, applause him, and then everybody, we need that.
Right.
And absolutely. The only way we can do it, they have to bring the audience when we present them. You guys gonna applaud them with your votes on the comments.
So the talent and the money's on the line.
Yeah. And our team is going to calculate how many. And as I was mentioning to you guys, if the dice rolls 6, can you imagine? You thought that you were ahead, and then someone brought, like, for example, 300 people here.
Oof.
Times 6.
Okay.
Come
That's
on.
a lot. That's 1,800 votes.
Yeah, no. So 600 times 6.
Right.
So they are going to do really, no, it's like 3,600, right? Yeah.
What do you multiply by?
Times 6.
Oh, 6?
Yeah, 6 times 6, 3,600
There you
votes.
go. There you go.
So that person gonna jump right in the front, which means we are telling them, do not give up and do not believe that you are ahead because you have like 2,000 views or 2,000 votes, because someone can bring an audience here and then double, triple, quadruple the vote. So basically that's what's going on. In the end of this live, you guys can go to the description. We have 4 links there right in the beginning, and you guys can vote and participate as well.
Okay. We'll be right back after this brief little commercial. Don't go anywhere, because now we're going to talk about the cruise ships that are sailing. The cruise ships that are sailing right now.
We have a commercial.
I thought there was a commercial. Yes, WAAAS. We're all seafarers. And we have some great new people coming in soon, guys. Shirts and we're also in the process of producing a travel kit. So every crew member that comes to CTI, you'll have a set of gloves in there. You'll have some hand sanitizer, things of that nature. As you get ready to go back to the ship, you will, and I believe that, yes, I think Carnival's authorized. That's what we've been told. So every potential crew member, once you get on the list, take this, check your temperature every day, let's record it every day, which they require. So we start that getting you ready to get back on the ship.
That's great.
It's going to be
That's
required on the ship as well. So again, WAAS, we are all seafarers, and that really doesn't matter what cruise line you work for. If you work on the ocean or the seas, you're a seafarer.
And today, guys, it's important for you to protect yourself as well, because if you get COVID, I don't think nobody wanna hire you, right? So
Well, they would
that's
not until you get better.
no, but and you know what, we don't have to talk about this, but we know how people
Yeah,
think.
of course,
Like
of course.
if they have two people, one have COVID like 2 weeks or a month ago, and the other one doesn't have any COVID, who do you think they're gonna pick? Like,
You've got to take care of yourself. For
yeah,
sure.
so take
For
care of
sure.
yourself, protect yourself, because this is important for you as well.
All right, let's talk about cruise ships that are currently sailing. Right, we always talk about Holland America, not well, Holland America Princess, Carnival, NCL, Royal Caribbean, and those because we live here in Florida, right? And those are the big major cruise lines. But there are other cruise lines that are sailing. The first one is called Dream Cruises, which is sailing out of Asia, and it has been sailing. There has been no problems. There's been no COVID cases, so they are officially sailing and back in business, which is a
Amazing,
great
amazing.
thing, right? TUI Cruises, which we know again is in Europe, they've been sailing. Now they will, every once in a while the government will say shut down because it's really, really high at the moment, and then they'll open back up. So that is again, they've sailed very successful. What we tend to find is the news media will say, oh my God, there's a COVID case, and they'll
Yeah.
blow it out of proportion like they did with Royal Caribbean, right? There was a false negative, right?
Yeah, we
Or a
have to
false
be
positive,
very
sorry.
careful the news that we spread.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken, the TUI cruises through the pandemic they have traveled with over 30,000 passengers
Right.
already.
And the news is not going to report that.
Yeah, the news
right?
never say like from 30,000 passengers, no cases, no COVID cases, like
Right.
to bring the positive vibration here. They don't have that.
Unfortunately, that's the way news is, right? Everybody wants to report the negative because it grabs your attention. If there were a channel called, "Oh, this is only positive news," maybe not many people would watch, and that's sad.
I can tell that.
I would watch though, right? So we talk about the TUI cruises, which was the Mind Shift 1, the Mind Shift 2. Both of those have very successfully done some sailings, which is great news. Then we go down to MSC, and as everybody knows, MSC has been sailing with no cases as well, no issues. So yes, cruising is back to sailing. And for those crew members from Asia that do work on TUI, you know very well, you've been back to work and to MSC, right? MSC Costa has also been sailing out of Europe. And a lot of things, again, we don't hear it in the U.S. how great it's going because they only talk about the cruise lines that are here in the United States. But congratulations to all of those cruise lines. Costa, as we kept saying, is doing really well. Ponant Cruises has been sailing very successfully with their ships. Let's see, the list goes on and on. Ponant has 3 or 4 ships that have been out there sailing, so good for them. The Paul Gauguin Cruises, which again sails around Tahiti, successful cruises going on there. Hapag-Lloyd, which was just recently purchased by Royal Caribbean. It's another, Hapag-Lloyd is another one of those ships that do these very specific special cruises.
Correct.
So if you work for Royal Caribbean, you may be going to Hapag-Lloyd in the not so distant future, right? They have quite a few ships as well. Actually, 3 ships that are out there sailing. Excuse me. We have a couple from France. We have, if I look at the cruise lines, the Sea Dream Yacht Cruises, which we know had an issue, but I think that some of their ships are going back to sailing as well. So now we want to talk about the red, green, and the yellow. And I'm glad you guys stayed with us because this is really important. Today, what we're going to show you is the the green ship status. The green ship allows you the most freedom on a ship. The CDC says, okay, everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. Everyone is following social distancing, washing your hands, wearing your mask, and the CDC will be on board to observe, right?
Correct.
The doctors will be on board to observe. And again, we can't stress enough, if you see one of your fellow crew members saying, I'm not going to do this, please pull them back and say, look, it's for everybody. This is a team effort. And it's very important that the team work as a solid team. If you want to save your job, if you want to help the industry save itself, right? Don't be that one crew member that says, this is not for me, and then blow it all for everybody.
Of course.
Right? So watch this video. This is when your ship is in the green status. Later on, we'll have the yellow and red status to present this week, but this one is the most lenient, and this is what every cruise line will strive for, is the green ship status. All right, we just got a notice there was no sound on the video. We have our technical guys working on that. We will be posting that video a little bit later, probably over the weekend. So be watching for it, guys. We apologize for there is no sound there. We're not quite sure why that happened, but anyway, the video is made and ready to go. We will have it to you over the weekend. Right?
Correct. Yeah, no, you guys can watch that video on YouTube. We're gonna post that.
Yeah,
right?
we will. Yes.
And you guys can watch the full video.
So again, we got the red ship, the yellow ship, and the green status. So please watch them all. Very, very important. Pass them on. And thanks for notifying us here. I say, hey, we're having a problem. No sound, no sound. We will get back to you guys. So
I think that's it.
that almost brings us to the end of the day show. It's been an exciting, end of last year. We're all looking forward to a brand new year. A lot of new things coming up. A lot of exciting things. I know you have some things for the Maritime Challenge planned. We have some new features. Actually, guess what I did over holidays?
What?
I bought a drone.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, you're going to see.
I'm good with drones.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to be
I
showing
have
you
one drone
some.
in Brazil that was carrying me. I was holding the drone was carrying me. Yeah, like a movie. A big one.
There's no drones that big to carry you.
Oh, I'm gonna show you.
Really? Okay, okay. That's pretty exciting. Anyway, we'll have a lot of aerial footage. You'll see a lot of cruise ships. We'll be doing some things from the air.
Hmm.
It has a great feature called Follow Me.
That's what I
Yeah.
like. By the way, you guys click on this button and then start to follow us.
Follow us. Yes, follow us.
Yeah,
Give us that like. Give us a subscribe. I think I
yeah.
like subscribes.
You like?
And you like likes.
No,
Or what they call them?
I like watching time. Watching more, more you watch is better. So, guys, but by the way, let us know about how was your Christmas, how was
Yeah.
your New Year's. As you guys saw, we recorded for Christmas and then we recorded here under the stage. And for New Year's, we recorded outside in order to deliver you guys the content every Friday. We're going to continue doing that. But we didn't have the opportunity to ask how was your Christmas, how was your New Year's, is anything you want to share with us, you know?
Yeah, and I
Uh,
think New Year's around the world was more subdued this year,
mhm.
right? It wasn't
Yeah.
as much exciting because a lot of the governments said don't get out and congregate and have big crowds. But I am so assured that in 2021, when New Year's comes, people will go crazy and have a great time, and they deserve it.
That's great. That's
They
great.
deserve it. Right?
So one more time, don't forget to participate our Maritime Challenge. Go click on these links below on the description and then vote. We have 4 categories. I already make very easy for you guys there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You go there and click each one of them and then participate. You know, give your vote. Pick your favorite contestant. And next week, guys, it promised to be a
Yeah.
big show. We're probably gonna run more than 1 hour because when we start to go all this,
A lot of
we're
people.
gonna bring the
Okay.
news first, and then we're gonna go
Right.
to the Maritime Challenge at the end, right?
Okay, perfect.
But bring everybody. Bring your dog. Bring your everybody. You know.
If you have a cat,
Yeah, bring everybody. Gonna be very
anjing,
fun.
tikus,
It's
that's
gonna
dog
be
and
fun.
cat.
And for you guys that doesn't know, they're gonna receive prizes as well.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
We have $2,000 in prizes that we're gonna, split between the winners, and of course, whoever is in the first place is gonna get much more of this piece of this pie.
That's it, piece of the pie.
But you guys are very important to us. One more time, thank you for being watching us.
Yes,
for
thank
the
you so much.
last
Yes.
7 months, we have done this town hall.
Every Friday. We've
Yeah,
not
every
missed a single
Friday.
Friday.
Every
We
Friday.
appreciate you guys being here as well.
And also for the guys from OTC, the school that is, official school that CTI has in Indonesia, which has been providing amazing candidates for us, for Virgin, for Carnival. Thank you for you guys being here all the time supporting us. As we had live talking about internship, and I saw a lot of
Right.
interaction that they have amazing students. I'm very impressed with the English.
Oh yeah.
The English level, guys. I'm actually I was very jealous. A guy with 18 years old, he was like almost a teacher,
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, we know English
They
is the
have a-
number one thing on a
Yeah.
ship, right? To be able to communicate. And we'd also like to thank our offices, CTI Bali, Jakarta, Jogja, CTI Vietnam, CTI Myanmar, right?
Malaysia.
All of those guys, Malaysia, we thank you as well for your continued and support. They're also, I know that in Bali, the CTI offices did a Instagram live to, again, we do this as a group to keep you informed. So be sure and tune in to them as well. We're all disseminating as much information as when we get it, we push it out. So we want you guys to be informed. All right, again, thanks for being here on this first Friday of the new year.
Mhm.
And we wish you all a great, great week. God bless you so much. Go give someone a hug. Love you guys. Bye.
Love you guys. Bye.